subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Go back to what in the end was a mixed night for British teams in the Europa League. Just a quick reminder that you can see the draw for the quarterfinals midday tomorrow on BT Sport. It will feature Arsenal, who got past Olympiacos, much to their relief. I'm sure there was probably some panic among the Arsenal squad when they went to go down, but they go through 3-2 on aggregate. What about Tottenham, though? It was a hat-trick that put them out 3-2 against Dinamo Zagreb. A really disappointing night for them, but a great night for Orsic. Granada went through, Roma went through as well. What a night for Granada, congratulations to them. Manchester United will be in the draw, of course, but Rangers won't. Slavia Prague beat them 3-1 on aggregate. Villarreal and Ajax as well are into the quarterfinals. So some big names. We're hoping for some exciting games in the quarterfinals. And Manchester United will be there. One goal was what they needed. One goal was all it took.
Yep, good bit of quality from what was missing over the two games, really. Pogba was really good when he came on. He came on at half-time. Obviously, for a Rashford injury, I would have thought he came into that left-hand side position, and he showed bits of quality right from the off, and he seemed to liven everybody up as well. And if you watch it, could they possibly could do it, but it's this little feint to square it. It moves the goalkeeper, and it leaves a big gap, and it's a really good finish.
The two biggest stars were on the bench for either team, Ibrahimovic and Pogba was the one that changed the game. Right when he came on, he was the difference maker. He just added a touch of class. Even that, Scholes said, the little feint in the finish in the top of the net. That's what the game needed. Yeah. So he played really well, and it just shows you. Everybody talks about Pogba, but you notice him more. You know the big impact he has when he's not there, and he was just hopefully he could play him and Bruno together would. I think would kickstart Man United into the next level, because Scholes' overall game was top draw, even though he only played 45 minutes.
Yeah, he is, and he brings a real quality. When his head's on it and his concentration's there, he brings a real quality to this team that isn't there. They've got the two older midfield players, but he's different. He can create, he can score goals. He brings a touch of class to the team, which is missing. Unfortunately, the lad just seems to be picking up injuries at this time, and he's missed an awful lot of the season. But these bits of quality that were missing, in the end, show to be the difference between the two teams.
You know, the thing I love about him, Jay, is the fact that he's always looking for the ball. You know, he's the one that takes the pressure on the shoulders. He's the one that is trying to receive the ball. That turn is fabulous. That's the top player's turn, and he's the one who made the difference tonight. Look, they paid a lot of money for him, and everybody says he can do more, but he did what he needed to today, and he added that touch of class when Man United really needed it.
And that's a lovely image. Look at the smile on his face there as he wheels away in celebration with Luke Shaw chasing after him. He goes off now and joins up with the French squad. I mean, the key from a United perspective is he doesn't go and pick up another injury, and that they ease him back in a little bit. Well,
yeah, they've got Leicester first, haven't they, at the weekend? That's another big game where Ole seems to be able to produce big performances at big times like they have done tonight. I don't think it's a bad thing being in the French squad. I think the lad needs games. If he can get, I don't know how many games France are playing, 2-3 games possibly, I don't know. If he can get some minutes, it'll benefit Man United going on to the final bit of the season. He's got 3 games away with the French. In some ways, he's had this little period off. No player wants to be injured, but it's going to be a mad end to the season. Maybe this little time away from games might be helpful for him, actually.
Well, he's had a little break, but he'll want to play. Paul always wants to play. That's the great thing about him. You know, I think he's probably picked up more injuries than he would have liked this season. But, you know, I think Man United need him, and there's a lot still to play for. You know, this Europa League, they're probably still the favourite in this competition now. And I think a trophy would be much needed. So if they're second in the Premier League, I think that's progression. 12 points better off than they were this time last season. There's still a lot to play for. And obviously, Scholes, you said, Leicester on the weekend, that's a huge game. If United can finish second and win a trophy, I think they've had a great season.
And when everyone's fit and everyone's flying, he still gets in the best United 11 by a long stretch, doesn't he?
Yeah, of course he does. Whether it's in that left-hand side position tonight where he came into and did brilliantly well. Maybe that position takes a little bit of defensive responsibility off him.
Would you play him there, Scholesy?
It depends who's fit. And I do like Rashford or Martial on that left-hand side, I must admit. But he's got every bit as much quality to them, probably more quality than them. He obviously hasn't got the pace. I think with the two older midfield players, it gives him that licence just to be a bit freer as well from that position. There's no doubt the quality he has. as long as he's not thinking about having to defend at times, which he does get caught a little bit. He does get caught out a little bit in that position. I think it could be a position for him. And you know, when he played for Juventus, that was his best position, either on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of a three. And we all know the football they produce in that team.
It's a good point, because Marcus, really, as good as he's off left, he could play off the right-hand side, couldn't he? You know,
yeah.
And then you've got Cavani through the middle.
Yeah.
Bruno's going to play as a 10. I think that's probably something that Aldi's gone to a little bit, and find a way to get your best players on the pitch and figure it out. And Scholes makes a good point. You know, that was a big cameo, 45 minutes, and he had a huge impact, and I'm sure we'll see a bit more of that.
Talking of best players being on the pitch, one of the best players for the last month for United, without question, is Luke Shaw, and he's now with Patrick Kendrick, reflecting on this win and their progress to the quarter-finals.
Luke, congratulations through to the quarter-finals. What are your thoughts after that?
Obviously very happy that we're through. I'll be honest, and I think the lads and the staff would agree we weren't good at all, especially first half. We were awful. We couldn't. I think first half first 10-15 minutes we started well. Maybe kept control of the ball, and it was like a switch. We turned off, and we were very sloppy. Kept giving away balls. Bringing pressure on ourselves, and I think maybe we was lucky. But then second half, a bit better. It always helps when you've got a world-class player like Paul to come on, make a difference. He did that. It's brilliant to have him back, and like I said, the most important thing tonight was the result and get through to the next round, no matter how we played. But we know we need to be better than tonight.
Is that the big positive to emerge from tonight? The fact that you've acknowledged you didn't necessarily play to your best level as a team, yet you still went through, still got the clean sheet, still got that win?
Yeah, 100%. And obviously AC Milan are a top side, and we knew it would be hard, especially coming here. The result wasn't in our favour, and it's a very good win. And I think it's the most positive is, like you said, that we're obviously through, and we got players coming back, and the squad's looking much better than it did last week. So it's good times now, and hopefully we can push on, because we got a game around the corner, a very important one on the weekend.
Good times now for yourself on an individual level, back in the England squad. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, of course, extremely happy. It's a massive honour to get selected for your country, and obviously I've been out of the fold for quite a while, and I've always sort of had ambitions to get back into the side and into the squad, and luckily I've done that. And of course I just need to keep going, but I'm really looking forward to getting back into the England squad and being there.
You know what? A moment of praise for him, actually. 2.5 years since he last played for England. This is a story of self-belief and hard work and hanging in there.
Look, everybody's known that quality's been there. Obviously he had that devastating injury when he was flying, and he's the best left back in the country now. He's Man United's most consistent player after Bruno Fernandes. Huge credit to him, and it just shows you, regardless of position you're in, you see with John Stones and Luke Shaw, you earn the right to get back in, play well, and you get back in, and he's earned that right, and he's the best in the country right now, and that's a huge compliment to him.
Talking of getting back in, I wonder what a job David De Gea is going to have to get back into the starting lineup for Man United. As things stand, with him back from having his baby and Henderson having kept 7 clean sheets in the last 8 games, who's United's number one?
I was waiting for you to get to that point.
I hope you formulated an answer then while I was...
Well, I might have. But I think it's Henderson now. I think he's taken over. I thought David had been lucky after the Everton game to keep his place. I thought there was a couple of mistakes there where he could have done better. There'd been a few things before that. There'd been a couple of things after that as well. Not glaring, obviously, mistakes, but I just feel a bit more confident with Henderson there. It seems a little bit more relaxed. And you know what? I don't have a go with David. David's been an amazing keeper for United. He's been brilliant, and he still will be if Dean obviously doesn't take his chance. I just think the time's come to give him a run of games in the team and see how he does. He's been picked to the England squad. I think he possibly should be the number one for England as well if he can maintain this form. He made a mistake in the first game, we know that, and he showed great character to come back. And again, he's been just done everything he'd needed to do, which has been quite safe. And this is a save. It's very similar to last week, actually, the goal he let in. So Zlatan's only 4 yards out. I think he should score, and I think he should save it, strangely enough. He's 4 yards out. great chance, great leap. He's bullied Luke Shaw there. He really has to go across goal, but it's in Dean's area and he should save it, and he has saved it.
It's a key moment actually for him, because if there were any questions after last Thursday night, they're probably answered this evening. And it's like, how do you take him out now?
Well, you only really know players, you know, whether it's a goalkeeper or outfield players, when they make mistakes. And he made a mistake, and he'd be the first one to say he should have saved that one the other day. So for Dean to bounce back the way he did, make a big save and get United into the next round, he deserves a ton of praise. I think it's going to be hard to get him out. As good as David's been for United, I think all these give him a run of games, and you'd have to say outside of the first leg, he's produced, and he's a really confident guy and very vocal, so I think he deserves a lot of praise for bouncing back and putting in a good performance.
Do you agree with Paul, the United #1 and the England #1 as we stand here this evening?
I think he's going to be England's #1, but I think David's body work over all the years it's hard to walk away from. So I think Ollie's going to try and be loyal, but if Dean's playing better, then he's going to be hard. He's given him a chance and he's playing well, so it's going to be hard to drop, I think, right now.